Hello and welcome to the PM show, your weekly roundup of what's new and going on in the modelling industry. How are we doing today, gentlemen? We okay?
Yeah, fine, thank you. Very well.
Thanks.
Although it is a bit quiet out there at the moment, isn't it?
It is.
It is summer though, let's be honest.
We are into that sort of famine section, but we're hoping for a very much of an upturn very, very soon with a certain release that was due in any minute as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We've teased them about this now for the next half an hour. Unless they're watching and just skip forward.
Yeah, but you can't tease it because you've got the picture up, so.
No, that I was thinking of the other one.
I know you will.
or are we?
Yeah.
Definitely. Anyway, so what's new? Anything happening over there?
Got a lot of deliveries coming in, a lot of stock coming in.
Yeah.
Got an AK order coming in today or tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a what else we got coming in? Blimey. I forgot what we had coming in.
Hobby company been in.
Hobby company stuff coming in, which is a restock. Some tools are back in, Tamiya tools, scissors and anti-static brushes, things like that. So they'll be back in stock. I'll be looking at the delivery note in a minute.
Yeah.
Loads of Bethesda, lots of Bethesda in, as you can see, because we've got that on a 10% discount.
Yes.
So hence why the new hind is up. We've had some Airfix in as well, which
nice.
Is, again, some bits that we've put on discount, which we'll show in a bit. Yeah, just general restocks really.
Yeah.
New stuff is a bit quiet now doing this show, but probably not tomorrow and Friday.
Yes.
That's we're hoping anyway.
It's
definitely
about to hit the fan.
Definitely one is doing. The other one that is showing, hopefully perhaps end of this week, beginning of the next, depending. Yeah. And then there might be another one on top of that as well that's doing.
Okay. Well, look, should we put them out of their misery of the ones that are coming in? So obviously you can see the chipmunk over there.
Yeah.
This one's been on the cards obviously for a while, so this is obviously Airfixes.
Yeah.
Looks very nice from what we have seen in all the bits and pieces. So again, it's been I think a little bit delayed on that one, but that one's finally just due in any second now, literally banging on the door with that one. And the other one, of course, is the big news, which is the Tamiya's new 48 scale Phantom, which has finally made it on a container.
Yes.
So anyway, that's in and has dropped. We should get it tomorrow. So everybody's got pre-orders and things like that. Andy will be messaging you to collect pennies.
I'll be doing the invoices today, John, because we know it's definitely imminent because we've got a phone call. Both got a phone call from the rep yesterday saying that they were in, ready to go.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's winging its way to us now. So I'll start doing invoices today, get them out to people. So
very nice.
Packed and gone.
That's sort of end of the week, beginning of next week.
Yeah, next week's short week, isn't it?
Ah.
Yes, obviously next week will be a short week. We'll tell them that at the end. So two really cracking kits that we've been looking forward to for a while. The Chipmunk especially, I think it's one of those aircraft completely overlooked. And it's nice that it's been given the sort of Airfix's love, shall we say. So 48 scale. Which is nice. Obviously we have seen it in 72nd before and all the rest of it, but to see it in 48 scale again, I think it completes their trainers and the various things that Airfix are going with their kit lineup and everything, so the British line. But again, something very small and cute, and I never did, but everybody I know who was in like Air Cadets and things like that got to throw up in one. Or get strapped into a parachute so you couldn't walk.
I was in the Scouts, and we did a camp one year, and literally at the bottom of the runway of an airfield, and from 6 o'clock in the morning, those things were flying over the top of our camp that we were at. But no, I've never been in one.
I know Nathan's been in one. Nathan got.
He was in
and John has as well.
John.
Yeah.
Got to flying one as well, didn't he? So yeah. Again, it's a good call from Airfix. Really, it's such an iconic British trainer, isn't it? Especially in the grey, white, and red.
Yes, the standard colours of it.
Yeah.
So,
it complements the time off though, doesn't it?
Well, it does. When you look at the front end of it, it's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the next generation of trainers, isn't it, from the time?
Yeah.
So, yeah, makes sense.
And then that was the Provost. The Jet Provost.
Yeah, Piston Provost after that, wasn't it? I think, if I'm thinking correctly. Didn't they go to the Piston Provost from the Chipmunk?
I don't know, went to Tucano.
What about the Bulldog?
No, Tucano would have been later. Bulldog was later. I think it was the Piston Provost, or Prop 1. Then I think it went to Bulldog.
Yeah.
Then they went
And
on
now
to
it's
Jets then,
Rob in it.
Oh, I wonder if they'll do a Scottish Aviation Bulldog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they went on to Jets, didn't they? Then we went back to.
Yeah, but for primary, like elementary training, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
that was for those ones. You say then they would have gone on to Tucano, then Hawk, then whatever, wasn't it? So
Yeah, from Tucano went to, I think we did, didn't we? The, what we got now?
Grob Tutor.
yeah, we've got the Grob Tutor, and now we've got the Texan, isn't it, or whatever we call it.
Yeah. And when they announced they were doing it in Texas now, I'm thinking, that's from World War II, why are they bringing that down?
It's from the 30s. Wow. That's the future.
Why are we having them? Yeah.
You have to really fly them. That's
I was going to say it teaches them proper flying skills.
Yeah.
None of this fly-by-wire rubbish and computers and things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
T6 Texan, I'm thinking, yeah, I can't understand that.
I was going to say that the chicken been around just forever, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Something you really remember of chicken.
Yeah.
So, and lots of countries used them as well, haven't there? There's been a few different versions.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Yeah.
Wonder if
I'm sure
it'll
some
have-
nation somewhere hung a gun on it. Everyone normally
Rocket.
does.
I think there is one with some rocket pods on it. I'm sure there is. Yeah,
That's that fly.
not very obviously.
Yeah,
you know.
it takes a long run up to get off the ground with that on.
But I wonder if it'll get downscaled to doing 72nd. I'm surprised they've not done a 72nd version first, like do, and then upscaled it. But
But didn't they do one in their classic range? They had an old Chipmunk in 72nd in their old range, didn't they?
yeah, they did an original chipmunk, but that is knocking on. I mean, I think
yeah.
the other one is the AZ ones, isn't it? That,
Yeah.
72nd, as in newer, tooled, shall we say?
Yes. Yeah.
48. I can't even remember one in 48. Somebody must have done one, but can't.
No, I don't remember one in
Can't
48.
think of a 48 chipmunk off my head at all. Not even from somebody who's defunct and gone.
It will be interesting to see if they do a Tucano though, because obviously I built the resin Tucano
Yes.
kit, 48 scale, but as I say, we know we got like the Super Tucano, wasn't it? Trumpeter did, wasn't it?
Hobby Boss.
Hobby Boss did it, yeah, didn't they? Which is more of the South American version of it instead of the shorts version.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody clever could probably do it, but yes, but very
I didn't
nice.
think the Bulldog would be a good call at all, because
I think the Bulldog would be.
In 48 Fly, somebody did a Bulldog in 48. I don't know if it was something like Fly or some limited run it was around, because they've done the Provost in 48 Fly, haven't they?
Yeah.
They were definitely, or Tarangas. Tarangas do a
Tarangas,
Bulldog.
yes.
That was it.
Yeah.
Again, in 72nd though, apart from the really, really, really old Airfix one, I don't think there is one.
No.
So,
Have we moved the Phantom? Oh, there it is. There we go. Sorry, that's what I was looking for.
that would so there we go. There's
yeah,
box
that's
art.
one of the proper box art for it.
Yeah, and we got a picture of the box art. We have now. I will superimpose one in here now.
By the power of editing, yeah, that's it. You have to do a TikTok.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, again, very much an iconic aircraft. As you say, when Tamiya dropped it, I think a lot of people were quite shocked that they were doing it, and other people thought it's about time. Again, the only downside to it is obviously the price. So all we would say is buy one now, wouldn't we? Because of maybe the price increase may be coming along in the future.
Well, I know for a fact from the phone call I had yesterday, that's it. They're all sold out.
Yeah.
So suppliers who were getting them, they ain't getting any more once they've sold them until next container comes, whenever that will be with them in again. So
We've got our pre-order amount plus a few.
Yes.
One for Phil,
One for Phil.
one for Uncle Phil to look at. And
I will do a
peruse.
review of it, obviously. I must admit, I am intrigued to see it. But as I say, we've spoken about this before. It's one of those. This is the top tier one, shall we say?
Yeah.
And then you've got options coming down. We spoke about it, I think, about Tomcats the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Of all the ones, what we would do. And again, you've got your top tier, beautiful, shake it, add glue, and it's done, which is that kit. And then obviously you've got other options as you come down through your price ranges. And again, there isn't really, unless you're going back in time, really bad Phantoms, right the way down to the Hasegawa one. Which was the go-to one in 48 scale, but even that one, the B, was Hasegawa's was raised panel lines.
Yeah.
So the only first one that came along with recessed panel lines would have been the Academy kit.
Yeah, one of the members emailed us a few days ago asking what the best Phantom was. I said, well, you've got the Tamiya, which is due out very soon, which
Yeah.
this was before we knew it was coming out immediately. Then you've got like the Zucamori
Yeah.
ones after them, and then it's like they're both expensive options really. Tamiya more expensive than Zucamori. Then you've got the Academy. It's like the main ones really that you can build.
Hasegawa, if you can get different ones if they're available. But yeah, there's
And then
plenty
after that, you go down to Hasegawa, which is saying the Hasegawa one's quite expensive, really, for what they are. You know, it's in detail, and you don't get intakes with Hasegawa kits and things like that, as in full length intakes. It's just a block. So, but no, it looks really, really nice. It looks beautiful, and obviously we are expecting the other versions to come along, like the J, and then maybe the S that they'll do off of that one as well. And then hopefully, and I do mean hopefully as well, it'd be nice if a manufacturer did do the long nose ones. Obviously, we know Zucamori released theirs, which I've got down here somewhere. And again, really nice kit. So then hopefully you might get things like the F version, which is obviously the German version and things like that. And then obviously you've got the Turkish ones, which were nice, the Greek ones, which were nice. It opens it right up. I don't know why manufacturers don't do it, because Academy didn't do it, or haven't yet. You know, there is the nicer, more modern, shall we say, Phantoms off the back of the long nose ones.
Oh, the Zucamori's going to do them because they've got the long nose Phantom. I personally don't think Tamiya will veneer the long nose ones. I think they'll stick with the well-known ones because they've got. Did you say you can get a C out of that?
Yeah, you can do the C, you can do the N out of that kit, and obviously there's slight differences come along later on with the J's and things because it's got a thicker wing because of the way it goes in. It's got bigger wheels and things. Then you're going to get slight changes, but looking as I've seen it without looking at the kit, but just on breakdowns, it looks like the J will come along. And it'll change obviously things like the tail planes and bits and pieces like that, the tail. But they're all lined up to do it. As we were saying, but to put the long nose version in, there's a lot of differences that come in at that point. But don't forget they have done the 30-second one, so they have got all the details for it.
You don't think they'll ever do one with the proper back end then?
What, you mean all front end even? Don't forget, the Spey engine ones got massive intakes. I wish somebody would. Somebody messaged me the other week about that, saying about like if you want to do the Spey engine ones, and it's still the Hasegawa ones are the only version. So when we're talking about these ones, we're talking about the RAF versions. And I think a lot of our American friends don't realise that we took basically the standard Phantom and stuck our own engines into it. And there's a bit of a thing now because they're not as powerful as the J79s in those. So yeah, there was limitations on the G that we could pull in it as well, but there was a lot of changes. The fuselage is totally different because it's wider, it's bigger, the intakes are a lot larger, and the nozzles are larger, and not to mention on the underside of the wing there's big bulges to fit in these big Spey engines into it. You know, why we didn't just stick with the J79 engine like we ended up doing, because we did buy American F4Js as a bit of a stopgap for our stuff down in the Falklands, and then obviously they were with 74 Squadron, I think it was. You know, and there's some nice markings, but Hasegawa back in the day, they were great for Phantoms because they did all of the versions. They did the S, which is the very late one, and again you could do all the different ones, and they did some very nice Alcock and Brown markings with them and all stuff like that, and they used to come with metal undercarriage, a little bit of photo etching with them as well. So actually Hasegawa used to be right ahead of the game. And then, as I say, they've sort of given up a little bit, it seems. But yeah, very interesting. But as we know, I think the downside is the price of kits and manufacturing. Whereas we used to see some companies, wouldn't it? You would get, this would come out, 3 months later, you get the next version, and you get all the versions. Now you don't seem to get it. I think companies, because of, you know, obviously with people being able to afford to buy lots of kits, especially series of kits, they don't do it like they used to. But if you go back in the day of Hasegawa, you used to get one version come out, then the next, then the next, then the next, and you'd have them all. But nowadays, yeah, it might be a long wait before we see another version of that.
2 years, I'd say, because I think that was with the Tomcat from the A to the D for Tamiya's Tomcat.
Yeah.
Range, you know, to come out was 2 years, so I reckon you could probably look at that for the next version they're doing, whether it's a C. I reckon it'll be a C next. They'll do a Vietnam camo one, won't they?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I think they do the Air Force version. As I say, if you look at the breakdown, the big difference between the two is obviously the Air Force use the boom system for air refueling, and it's that usual thing. Every manufacturer does it, or the newer manufacturers. You've got a different plate runs down the spine.
Yeah.
So one of them's got the refueling area, one doesn't. So you know it's going to come down the line when they do that type of thing to it. So yeah, no, it's really nice. It looks a fantastic kit. We know some of the members of Flory Models have built it already, and it does look stunning. But as you say, it does come at a little bit of a price. It's got a hefty price tag on that one.
Yeah.
you said that about Tomcat though, didn't we? And then you built it.
Yeah, like we said before, if you're a person who's managed to get rid of your kids, your family members and all the rest of it, to be honest, they are your dream kits, because they do. It's a wonderful experience from opening the box to the finished build, because you just know it goes together really, really nicely. But you are paying for that quality, like we said before, with everything. You pay your monies, you take your choices with it. As I say, the Academy kit I think is a fantastic bang for buck kit. It works really, really well. It's got great details, and again, the Zucamori kits are very nice. But the way that kit prices have fluctuated over the last few years, because Zucamori used to be very expensive, then it became quite cheap, and now we're going up again. And it's like, at that point you change your mind on how it is versus the bang for buck deal for it. But again, if you are that person and you have got to spare £100, that is the ultimate one. That's the one you want to build. If you want a bit more of a budget, as I say, there's lots of good options still out there with other manufacturers.
Yeah, totally agree. So there you go.
Speaking of which,
Please, everybody's Phantom fetish.
yeah, if that's what it is. Everyone needs a Phantom. Lancaster, as I say, finally in. Obviously, they've all gone out on all the pre-orders and bits and pieces, and it doesn't disappoint. It has got a few little things, shall we say. I've done a review on it. I need to edit it. To be honest, I pulled it all apart yesterday afternoon and went through it all. It's, to be honest, 50 years since we've seen, or 49 years since we've seen a 48 scale Lancaster. So you're thinking half a century basically. That's a long time to get a new version of a kit. Is it Tamiya? No. Is it better than Tamiya's? Absolutely. So that's the thing to this one. And again, 48 scale, I call it the sensible scale. Go on, show us your not so sensible scale.
Oh, what?
At least he's just got the first bit, the first 20% of it.
Yeah, that'd be huge, wouldn't it?
So yeah, you can imagine the rest of that being.
You can imagine the rest of it. So that's the 1/32 nose section, obviously, that HK models do, just the nose.
Look at the.
That's your canopy.
There you go, look.
So, yeah. It is a hell of a lump.
That's just
Massive.
Well, yeah,
It is
I think you could
huge.
go. I don't know if I'll be on
Have you
camera.
figured
but
out
I
how you
reckon,
stick
but-
in the
how
side blisters on it?
No, I hadn't figured out how to do the instrument panel yet. I've got to carve up and do. That's. But yeah, you can imagine how big that's going to be. If you've got the back end and the wings on it, that's massive, isn't it? It's more manageable, this little front end, I have to say.
I must admit, I wouldn't mind doing the front end of it, but I have no intention of ever doing the 32nd version of it. It's just too big. Yes, it's great as a wall hanger, but I probably will build this one. It's probably not going to be this year now, but I've obviously done their B17, and it's their nice size. They're about this big. It's what I call a nice, sensible size. It almost fits on your cutting mat.
Yeah.
But when you're into that size, that takes up so much room.
It's just nicely detailed, though, isn't
Do you know what? It's all right. I can't complain. It goes together.
Like we said, though, the great thing is, if they was to bring out that scale, and in theory, I think doing 32nd scales like B25s, but also if you think of all the other medium and light bombers you could do as well, just the front ends of them,
Yeah, no, I reckon a 48 B25, what they've done, would be an immense seller for them because of the version it is.
I think there's one coming. I will stick my neck on the line. We will see the 48 scale B25 coming down the line.
Because you've got all the great decal schemes for the gunship ones, obviously
Yeah.
you've got the glass nose bomber version, strafing version, you've got the short nose one with the massive cannon that they stuck in it with the machine guns, and the ones that are stuck on the side of the fuselage.
Yeah.
I mean, the back one, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's the back one with the front end, and just loads. And I just think, I'm surprised if they're not doing it. Why they're not doing it? if I'm honest, because they've always still got all the CAD work and all the design work from the 32nd one. So
all I would say is watch this space.
That was their first 32nd one that they bought out.
yeah, it was. Yeah. I think it was
Yeah.
the first
Then they did the
one.
Mozzie.
Yeah.
They did that, then the Mosquito.
And then they've got that Dornier thing, an a 32nd Meteor F4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big what's the big bomber?
The big bomb B-17.
The one that was got pink aircraft on the front of it. Oh, that one's HK, wasn't it?
We say that Hobby Boss.
You're thinking of the B-24.
Well, that was Ollie Bosch, yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously they did the Lancs, didn't they? And then they've done size and stuff.
Just looking at this, I was talking to Nathan the other night, and he was saying that people say to him, because he does a lot of the 10-second stuff, doesn't he? He said people say to him they don't like doing 10-second stuff because it's so small and fiddly.
No, small and fiddly like that.
Well, I don't know.
No, it's not. It's quite.
Do you think?
It's quite nice to put together.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that small and fiddly.
No.
It's quite chunky, but in a good way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's how it's designed is I don't know, designed probably for ease of construction. I would say, even in the cockpit, all the controls and stuff, and the radio gear and that, it's quite chunky stuff, but it's nicely done. Like I say, I quite like it. It's manageable.
It's nice.
You know, and that's the thing, isn't it? At the end of the day, is that if you didn't want to build the entire Lancaster, or you've got no room to show it, or you've still got a really nice option just to do the front end.
Yeah.
You know, because again, it will sit nicely on a little box, or as you say, on your shelf and all the rest of it, and you got all that great detail.
I tell you what, this is going to sit well in. This I might get for it as well is a display case.
Yeah, if you get one of the motorbike ones, would fit that perfectly.
Yeah.
Because I've got two of them up there, the old motorbike display cases, and I thought about that for that. It'd be perfect size for that.
Yeah, it is one of them because if it's got the stand and stuff. I mean, you're going to
Yeah, because you got the height, it'll fit because of the height.
Like when it's on, but it's not like overly bad. But yeah, probably a motorbike one like you said would work.
Yeah.
And I suppose because how it's designed as it's the front end, I think it'd work well in a case rather than just knocking it.
Just sat. I think if you put that in a case, that'd finish it off lovely.
By the time you've airbrushed it and weathered it nicely, it'll look really nice.
Yeah, that's by the time, whichever time that is.
That's it. It got to that stage and now stopped.
Have you videoed?
Yeah, most of it. I know it's a lot on. Like I say, it's only the instrument panel to do, which is all that shaving off and redoing all that air scale stuff, and then actually the first part of the video is done. Yeah.
Apologies for lack of videos on the PM Models YouTube channel.
Yeah, the videographer is just slacking basically. Proper.
So they have no
work
editing to do.
But so I mean, like going back to the 48 flank, the full one. Again, it's like I say, 50 odd years or nearly 50 years since the other one. It's got to do it. It's got to be built, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Like we were saying, when the 32nd one came out, I must admit, it was like, why? We haven't even got what I would call a decent, as in recessed details and the various things that go with it, Lanc in 48th. But now we have, so that's a good thing to it.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Definitely. So, I've lost train of thought now. Where were we?
So anyway, I've got the review of that. That will be up with you later today. So by the time you see this, you'll have the review. It'll be down below of that one. The other one as well I'm going to do this week is obviously get the Chinook done. It's modular. We're talking about other versions coming along. You just know there's going to be other versions of this one coming down the line. And let's face it, if anybody's going to do different versions of quite quickly, it will be Hobby Boss. So I wouldn't wait too long to see other versions, but it'll give you a good idea. If you don't want to do an early A, when we do see the other versions down the line as well, it will give you an idea of the detail with it. But again, we've seen who did it. It was Italeri, wasn't it? Was the original Rebox by Revell in that scale. I've done that one. I've built it. There's a video build on that one. But again, this one is a totally different approach to it. You can't say they've just copied it. But again, because of their approach about having a front end on it and things, it just shows that they're going to redo areas and the back ends of it, because obviously that's where the major changes are with the fuel tanks, because these are the fuel tanks on the sides, of how they get attached. And obviously the very late one, which we might see, aren't even attached. There's a gap, you put your finger down the side of them. They're designed to fall off when it crashes.
Is that what it is it? So what version are we on of a Chinook now then?
We're on the Mark 6 over here now, I think it is.
What's that in American money?
I think it's the H, but a new version of the H.
Because all Italy did was a D, wasn't it, and an A?
Yeah, because I updated the D.
Or was it a C? Was he a C1? Something? I don't know which
like
it was.
that.
What was?
Yeah.
What
But
was,
I know, because
Don't
I
know.
did a little thing of it. We haven't got it on this website now, but on the other, I did the photo thing and showed the differences, because this bit at the back here swoops up.
yeah.
It's got a bit that joins, so that's how they did separate fuselage molds for the versions.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously the front end, you got the early ones is rounded, whereas the later ones are more pointy.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of Chinooks, it's nothing to do with Chinooks.
No.
I was
Okay.
reading the other day that we're getting rid of our C-130s.
well, we're going to have A400s, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we are. I was told that as well by somebody that we're getting rid of them, but they can't understand why, because that's like the medium lift.
Yeah.
The bigger
It's
stuff.
like the workhorse, though, isn't it? I don't know why.
I don't know.
Well, I know haven't we got rid of now the old H's and that? I think we're just using J's now, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, and they're retiring them all.
Oh right, okay. Well, I don't know.
They're dragging.
Seems a shame that we have no Hercs. They've been a mainstay. They have.
Yeah.
They're going to drag the Argosy back out of retirement.
Yeah.
Jesus. But yeah, all right, okay. Because like we don't actually own the C-17s, do we? We just lease them.
Yeah.
So you know, we don't own or buy anything these days. We just lease it all.
That's exactly what I plan to do in my next car.
What these are.
Yep.
You can have a lease one, but
Yeah.
then you're paranoid about parking it in Tesco's.
Yeah, but I know people who've got skills to do stuff like that.
What, you've been rammed by a Tesco's trolley?
If it comes to it, I've got to touch it up when it goes back. Hey.
That's my only worry about leasing and all the rest of it. Is you say it.
What he's planning on buying, a Tesco's trolley hit the sill of it now.
yeah. Yeah.
But yes, that is definitely it is an interesting option when you look at the leasing way of doing it. Because my other half, that's what she does. She
Yeah.
hasn't owned a car for years. She just has it for 2 years, goes and gets another brand new one.
Yeah.
Nice way of doing it.
It is, yeah. It's just the complete.
And literally, all she does is put fuel in it.
Yeah.
That's it. You know,
Yeah.
everything else is done for you. Gets a punch, she phones them up, they come and fix it.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice way.
And we've also got the Zvezda.
Hind P.
Yes,
Bill's favouriteest kit ever.
I love the aircraft. Don't get me wrong.
Ah.
Just disappointed that it didn't have a little bit more detail.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I will give that kit a break.
Yeah.
Okay, and I won't be so hard on it if
Yeah.
the Trumpy one comes out and isn't better.
There you go. So
Well,
If it's better, I'll give that a load more hate.
Well, the Trump one is twice the price, though, isn't it? So.
Well, it might have twice the detail.
well, you don't know, wouldn't you? Really, you would have hoped so.
Let's face it, it's not hard.
Okay, this is the P version, so it's got the cannon under the nose. It's down the side, isn't it?
Yes,
Oh,
so
two
that's
cannons.
the difference. You got the twin 23mm on the sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
So-
the box art. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is nice box art. I'm learning to fly it currently in DCS. It's just got released a few months back, and I'm trying to fly at the moment.
Are you allowed to have that on your DCS then, being
Yeah.
Russian and all the
Well,
new laws?
I think it got through just before the laws did, so they just tweaked it afterwards. But I don't know about the new stuff.
What
If
are
we're
you
going to get
flying?
anything else.
What version? What version are you flying?
P, that version.
Oh,
It's
P.
the P. Yeah.
Right. Because I actually had no idea what order they came out to. From a P to a VP to
The VP,
An M
was
and
before,
a-
VP was before the P, wasn't it?
was this right?
That's the latest one, isn't it?
That's the later one. Yeah, that's the
Oh,
later
right,
one.
okay, so that's a up to date.
Yeah, they gave up with the small gun on it on the front and just fixed it with the fixed 23mm on the side cannons.
Right, okay. Is this like an export one as well then? Will this be like the Czechs have got it where they do the fancy schemes, or is that a different version? Or is
I
that
don't know about that one actually. I don't think they do. I think it is just
We'll talk tomorrow with Comrade Buller.
Yeah.
their own one. Do you know what? I was talking to somebody else about that, and they were saying about export versions of Russian gear.
Yeah.
And they were saying they are very similar to what America did with the Phantom. So all the export versions of the Phantom are literally a cut down version. So they don't have all the electronics and all the fancy bits and all the bits that really make them very good. And Russia is exactly the same. So all their export ones are literally like the bare bones systems of it, because they don't want to do it. And there's a story that goes around that says that when Russian pilots go to these other countries for training, they hate it. Because they get in the aircraft and they're underpowered, they've got none of the nice stuff, none of the fancy stuff, and they're actually horrible to fly. Because obviously the Russian stuff is far better, superior. But as I say, we know that the Americans do it somewhat with the Phantom family. When they were all sold off, they were like a cut down version of. But apparently the Russian stuff is the same.
What about the F-16s?
Well, I don't know. I think the F-16, like the F-35, they are we're a different one nowadays. That you purchase packages, that go along with them and all things like that. So I think it's slightly different from just buying one off the shelf like they used to do back in the day.
It's like your car, isn't it?
It is now, yeah. It's like buying a car. So you buy your different car with all your servicing and all your things for the next sort of 5 years, all in place. That's how they do it now. Whereas before in the old days, you'd buy it with all the spares and bits and people, teach your own people how to fix it and how you did it. Nowadays, it's not like that, is it?
You don't upgrade from your CD player to your Bluetooth.
CD player, from your tape deck.
Yeah, your 8-track.
It's like electrical windy windows.
Definitely. But yes, good stuff. Anyway, there's a thing going around that our local water bogs, we've got problems with the water around here. My neighbour was talking to them the other day, and they were saying about how that water company pays to have the air conditioning taken out of their vans. And the reason they do that is because all the staff would sit in there not doing any work.
When it's hot.
When it's hot, they won't get on with their job.
Yeah, we were talking to the lady who does the post, picks up our post. And obviously she's just got a standard van with windy windows. So obviously like last week when it was red hot and John the same, it's very uncomfortable.
And they've told her just to wind the windows down.
Yeah. But they've actually told them, because they said about having air conditioning in their vans for work, and they literally were told, we have them taken out. And they paid to have the AC units taken out of them because the workers would just sit in there cooling off instead of getting on with their job. It's a bit harsh, I thought.
Oh no, we're back to the Victorian age, or what?
Well, this is it as well.
We're back to the 19th century.
You'd hope that all they've done is taken the belt off.
It's a lot to take the unit out.
Yeah, because then you've got all the degas and everything, you'd probably I bet they've just taken the belts off. So you can probably
thing is though, if you're a wily workman and you get the same van and they've done that, to me,
get just stick the belt back on it.
Gas to be more comfortable than I would for them not to. You know the cost of 60 gas, probably the belts.
You probably wouldn't even have to go. I bet they've not degassed them. I bet they've just taken the belts off.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, just like a belt. So there you go, people. If you're there, go and check.
Yeah, it's quick. There'll be a rush for belts now.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it, really?
Cool. Right. Okay. So we've got specials.
Yes, we've got the specials running. Apart from obviously, like we've said, with the Zvezda stuff that we've had running since last Friday with the 10% off, that'll probably run till tomorrow or Friday, depending which one we're going to do.
Well, I've got it set at the moment. It's running till midnight Thursday night.
Okay. Right.
Right.
So if you want anything Zvezda, grab it quick before it's off, because like I say, it's 10% off.
And the discount on these Zvezda, that's automatically added at checkout.
Yes.
It's the specials that we've already done 10% off.
Yeah, so these are the specials from last Friday, because now, obviously Phil mentioned it on his show, now we're not doing it, but we've had some new ones, Airfix stuff at the top.
Yeah.
We've got limited numbers, we've had it in as somebody's clearing it out, basically, so we've stuck it up for sale, so grab it. So if you want a Tiger Moth or a Spitfire or a
Buccaneer,
get in.
Or
a Beaufort. Yeah.
Yes.
Grab them quick.
Very nice, definitely good stuff. But yeah, we've got obviously the thing going on. It says it down here. It's for the Zvezda stuff, and again we've got stocks in here. So there's your different versions of the Hind. You've obviously got the normal one, which is the V, which has got the little gun. I don't know what size of gun that is. It's Russian. So what's that? 5.56 or whatever it is, isn't it?
I haven't got a clue.
Versus a 23mm one down in there, and all the other ones as well. Oh look, we've got a 160. Nice. Blackjack. I've got the big brother of it down there. Keeps winking.
Oh, the little 144 one, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good.
Very-
Just
Is that the one that Putin's holding in that photo? That
Yes.
You see with him with the
Yeah.
snow.
Oh no, that's the big. That's trumpeters. I
Is
think.
that Trump's?
I think it's
Yeah, that's the one I've got. That's a big one. That's the big 72nd one. Yeah.
And for anybody who's a 109 fan and wants a cheaper probably option than the Edard one, that's a cracking little kit. The F2 is it? Or
That's the F4.
F4? Yeah, it's a brilliant kit. Really.
Have you
really
seen ICM are doing the F6?
Yes. Yes, they're bringing out they're going down the 109 route, even though they've got an F2 out. Is it an F? No,
Yeah,
it's
but
F4, isn't it?
we had this conversation though. Did we do it on air? Do you think they were watching where we were saying that there's no later models of 109s? They're sort of overlooked the F series.
Well, yeah, it's the middle version, isn't it? Because you've got the E's, you've got G's, which
Yeah.
everybody does a G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Fs have been overlooked because I know, like I said on another show, that there's a Vesta one.
Because you've got the F2
were
there.
the first to do it in 48 properly. I don't know if Azagawa ever did them, but readily available. And then obviously Edard jumped on it. They do some Fs, and now obviously I know ICM when it was early ICM did an F2, which we've got, which is cheap as chips with some figures. But now they're doing an F4. I think they're doing. So.
You can guarantee most people like me thinking, I ain't got a clue the difference between an F and a G.
Well, we'll talk to the Luftwaffe expert tomorrow. He'll know.
I tell it E to an
The
F.
F's got a different canopy, isn't it?
It's canopies, guns, wings.
Yeah.
It's got better visibility out the canopy.
I mean, E to an F is easy, isn't it? Because the wings are completely different. But,
The front ended.
yeah, front ended. Yeah, it's along the front ended.
But it's an F to a G2.
Yeah.
I think a G6 is completely different, but when you get to a G2 and an F, there's not. I don't know.
Again, a lot of the E's are different, aren't they? Between an E2 and an E4.
Oh yeah, it's all cannons and where they are. And,
Yeah.
But again, good solid stuff. The Vesta, if we discussed last week on Thursday's show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
They're helicopters as well, really nice. They're Mi-24s.
Yeah.
And they're airliners as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
We just had a restock of the airliners, haven't we? So.
Yeah, we have. And again, the armour stuff as you're building the trucks, as you can see, we're sold out of your road trucks now.
Oh, they all gone.
Yeah, we had in, they've gone. We've got the Grad, like the one from Trumpeter. And to be honest, if we'd have had the Grad Zvezda one in, I would have built that one. And with the Trumpeter, that's what I'm doing my version.
So people are buying Phil's URL, but people aren't buying your Grad.
No, because I've got the Trumpeter.
Very nice it is too.
There it is, look. Look at that.
Very, very nice. It's all ready. I'm going to get a good bit, going to get the engine done next, get that all painted, and I'll get this weathered, get it installed, and we can start getting it together.
Yeah.
So, it's my cab.
Yeah.
So, very nice indeed. Very, very good kit.
Yeah.
I say, fully detailed engines. Very, very nice.
Yeah, it is. You get a full kit, don't you? You get a full.
I think what's lovely about it, and I know I've harped on, so I'm going to just do a quick recap, but if you are looking to do and you want all the detail, seriously look at Zvezda, because the way that they go together is absolutely fantastic. Having done other kits, shall we say, and they are a right handful and just seem to go on forever. Part cleanup, do all your part cleanup and everything else like that, lay your bits out like you're making an IKEA, and it goes together literally like Bandai. It's that good a fit. And if it doesn't fit, seriously, don't think it just force it, check it, because there will be a reason, because there's left and rights, and they've keyed it. So it only goes to left, right to right. So if you're finding it's not going in or the hole's the wrong size, it's you. Because a couple of times it saved me, because I've been trying to go, the hole's not right. Oh no, I've got the wrong bit.
Yeah.
So, but it's a good way of doing it. But it's putting this together, the way it all goes in, it literally layers on top. It's a really nice build.
Yeah. So does it show the instructions that on the side of the bed's black?
Yeah, they are. Where's my box?
I know the chassis.
They are all the chassis under here.
I know the chassis is, but I'd have thought that they'd have built the bed and then bolted it onto the chassis after already painted. And I wouldn't have thought they'd have painted it black on the underneath and then.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
They've duck oiled it. Amorited it.
Amorited it.
Well, I could change that when I paint it. That'd be easier then. I'll just do the lot all in one. But the way I was looking at it, if you look at the mud guards and all the rest of it, they're all in black.
Yeah, maybe.
So I assume the underside was as well. But
I don't know.
Unless, I don't know.
Have a look on
Oh.
YouTube at the Euro Factory. I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
There'll be some
Yes.
somewhere, yeah. Just
Surely, hey, it's underneath. Who cares?
Oh yeah, you're not going to see
Who's going to
that.
sit underneath a bed?
This is it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, does it? Be cool.
It'll be fine.
I think we
There we
had
go.
one question.
We did, and that was about, and I think we've got it up on pre-order anyway, which is for the Zvezda
Oh, the airliner.
airliner.
Oh yes, I did read his question and I messaged him back and put it on pre-order. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have got
Yeah.
that in here. I
Yeah.
did see Andy had put it up in the pre-order section. Hold on 1 second. Which is it near the top then? There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. That does look really nice as well. Again, Zvezda. But I've built their 787-800. And beautiful kit, went together very, very nicely. And again, they're airliners. If you've never built a Zvezda airliner before, seriously, they are very good. Nice decals with them as well. Go together really well.
I do have a hankering to do. The thing is with the decals, I mean, a lot of them are Russian-based decals, but they're so easy to get the other decals.
Oh,
Aftermarket. Oh, there's everything. Yeah.
Depends, isn't it?
Yeah. So even if you see in a in the wrong markings at what you want to do, you want to do it British Airways or American Airlines, whatever. The decals are so easy to get hold of. Just you get the kit and get the decals you want.
Yeah, get some nice things in the airline as well.
Yeah.
Some nice schemes, can't you?
Yes.
So yeah.
I mean, obviously that one's not available to the public yet because it's on our pre-order for members only at the moment. Expecting it out.
I've got no idea.
No,
I have no idea.
November you've got on there, I think.
I don't think it's that far away, to be honest with you.
Oh, was it? Oh, I think the person who was asking the question said, I think it's available in November.
Yeah.
Well, there you go then.
So, yes.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
it.
also for pre-orders, we've got the Mandalorian still up.
Yeah.
Come back.
You still printing me man off? Is he still coming?
I will do.
Or he might come down at Christmas, eh?
I better get back onto it.
You better get started tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bit delayed again. Yeah. I've got a left leg, a right hand, and his cloak. Brilliant. It's like a D'Agostini job.
Yeah.
I get sent apart once a month.
Yeah.
Showroom the resin. I put my resin in the old container with old resin in it.
Oh.
So
No, right.
I'd ordered some new resin, which I've got, but then I need to go and do it. I will do.
Lovely. Right, okay then guys, we will call it there.
Yeah.
Very good as always. So don't forget, you get your 10% off your Zvezda, all kits. It's automatically added. Obviously, we got the special side if you want to go and have a look in there. And obviously new arrivals as and when they come in.
Just have a quick one while I remember. The specials bit, like what's for sale, keep an eye on it over the next few days because there is going to be additions.
Yes.
I'm not going to say what they are.
Yes.
As long as it comes in, there'll be additions to that, and it's good gear.
So go in here.
Yeah.
Keep an eye in there. That's why we got these. But say keep an eye in there. We've got some nice stuff coming in there.
We know what we should be getting here. We just want to make sure we're definitely getting what we're getting before we put it up. So
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Okay.
Lovely. There we go. Keep an eye on that then, people. We will see you all again next week. Okay. And then as I say, it will be a bit of a funny week next week because the guys are coming down here for a little mini break.
yay!
So
Yeah.
we'll do a little special from in here.
Well, that's going to be next Friday,
Friday,
isn't it?
Yes.
So
Or we won't. We'll be out on the deck.
Yeah, we will. We'll be good at outside broadcast.
Well, that's depending on the wind and the rain. Eh?
Yeah, well, put the thing down, can't you?
That's all right. I'll put the covers on. It'll be fine.
Put the covers on, like cricket. Ready, put the covers on. So, I don't think we're doing a show next Wednesday, are we?
I don't know. Are we not?
I don't know. I thought we decided we wasn't because of
Right.
us not being here to.
Yeah.
Don't know yet. We might do.
To do it.
Leave it
We'll see
open.
what comes in. Leave it open because we might have some
leave that
stuff in
one
to
open.
talk about.
If we do, we do, and if we don't, we don't.
But obviously next week the guys are coming down in here, so really look at from Thursday to Tuesday. They won't be
Yeah.
around because
Yeah.
obviously they're all going to be here, and obviously they're in Doncaster, which is 265 miles away from it.
Yeah.
So
We're going to put a statement up to say we're on annual leave from such and such. So basically, no orders will be going out from that day to this day. But
Yes.
we'll know. But yeah, looking forward to it. It'd be nice.
yes,
That's
cool. Very
good.
good. Right.
Cheer, didn't we?
Yeah. Cool.
Lovely. Right, we'll see you all again very soon, everyone. Happy modelling. Take care. Bye.
Bye.